Righto, welcome to the blog for Friday the 24th of August. So this is the end of the 11th week of the Compound Effect Challenge, making forward progress every day, applying my engine method, making sure I'm doing all the little things every day that I can do, and looking to improve and better myself every day, every week, to be moving ahead and achieving ultimately those goals, monthly goals, yearly goals, and even longer term 3-5 year goals, because what achieves those is the things that you do day in, day out. And as soon as I'm aware of that and make a conscious effort of that by applying something like this, that makes a massive difference to the end result. The compound effect. I want to sit down and think about it, and then read about it, and there's some fantastic books about it. Just what you do day in, day out is just making a massive difference, in the short term and of course in the long term, as in years from now. It just can completely change your life. Strategy, just really this week been focusing on the fact that there's breaking it down into 3 distinct parts. We're looking for a continuation of a trend mid-range, or looking for a break, the high and lows, and a continuation of the trend in regards to the highs and lows, or mean reversion where it comes back within the range. What I'm developing too is a bit of a program for myself. I'm in the process of doing it now, and it kind of came about from what happened on Thursday. Just a lack of conversion of opportunities. I felt there was a couple of times the market just really went. I was looking at that particular setup, but as a result, and in one particular case, I took a losing trade in an area that went in my direction. So, create something called opportunity conversion. Just looking at the days and kind of giving us a breakdown of how I went in the day, whether it was above par, below par, or par, as far as achieving what I wanted to achieve within the day. And what this program is designed to do is to look at the way, so not necessarily look at the results, it's looking at the way that I'm going into the market. So reviewing, has my strategies taken and set up so they can take advantage of the moves that I'm looking to take advantage of. I'm looking to take advantage of breakouts, take advantage of the market when it comes back into the range, and then also when the market kicks and continues on with a trend of key levels. So a program that doesn't review results but reviews the actual setups and making sure that I've got the best opportunities for myself to get in on these opportunities that do present, and I'm not constantly missing them, or taking trades that where the opportunity does go my way and I'm taking losing trades. So it's just a review process around that. So as far as today goes, getting on the daily chart here, after getting quite a strong retracement, the markets have managed to found some support. So this should be a fairly key area in the market now, 13.95, if we come back to it at any stage, because the market's got a real good kick off there and heading straight to the upside, and as a result, we had very much a one-directional day. Just for a go on there, 15-minute chart. Interesting enough, there's that. I haven't touched this trend line. It maybe can need a little bit of readjusting, but I basically had drawn this one in. Once we were sort of hanging down around here, and you could see a bit of an area like this. Drew it right across, see what happens, see how the market reacts, and at the moment it's almost to the tick, bouncing off it again. So this area might come into play. We'll see if it wants to push up through it, and then maybe use it as support or just resistance and push down off it. But we'll see. And 1403, and just talking about a few of these levels. So 1403 is, there's many key levels around this area, but 1403 is quite a significant one, and it's one I've been keeping an eye on. But even some of these levels, like for example, obviously I'm looking to trade. So today I've got 4 key levels in the market. So not only am I trading them, but I'm watching how the market reacts to them and make sure they're in the right area. And if I see the market react a certain way to it, that just clarifies that's the right area, and then you can gain confidence in trading those areas in the future. For example, 1408 to the tick has just rejected this market. Eventually it's gone and pushed up higher, and it's pretty much used it then as a bit of a support level. 1403, it doesn't show a lot there on the 5-minute chart, but watching it live on the 1-minute chart, here it is here. So one tick, almost to the tick. Where is it? Sorry, here. One tick off. Draw a line through it. We've got this market was rocketing up. There's nothing looking like it was stopping it. Almost to the tick. It's got a good nearly 2-point rejection. It's come back off, pushed through it, then almost to the tick again. Used it straight away as support. So even though it's only a little, only a little thing, it's quite significant as far as I'm concerned, because I'm watching that level and the market's certainly reacted to it. In the overall scheme of things, it hasn't slowed it down, it's just pushed straight through it, but there's certainly a reaction there. So overall today, as far as trading opportunities, no trades taken, and just the one opportunity that I looked at. Fridays I do shut the system down come lunchtime. So as far as the afternoon goes, possibly looking at breakouts around here. But I'm not too sure. I don't tend to focus on that because I just shut the system down come Friday afternoon, because of I know the big corporations and things like that tends to shut down by then too, and Friday afternoon can be a bit of a different kind of market. So I just like to leave that, and 4.5 days is certainly plenty to operate a system within. So within this day, the only thing I was looking at is opportunity off the breakout box here. So basically the market came, let me just rise it up a bit, there we go. The market came down. We've also got a key level around this area too, but looking to see whether it could get through the breakout box on the bottom side here. So, with my own charts, I've got a line drawn across all 4 markets on the top and also the bottom and the top. Basically, this breakout box, drawing a perimeter around this pre-market, and just without even really concentrating that much on the market, you can see straight away what they're all trying to do. Now, when there's power and momentum, you'll see them all just go through it and go through it quite easily. This particular side on the downside, the Nasdaq and Russells, those small indices, they were pushing through. They looked like quite keen, especially the Nasdaq had pushed right through, came back, tried to use it as resistance, and actually did use it for resistance a little bit. We look across and see the ES didn't quite get there, but then the Dow Jones, which is very similar to the ES, just not interested one little bit, just didn't get anywhere near that low. It was just really holding, and then eventually when all the markets started pushing up, it was the Dow Jones 11 to the upside. It was by first, far and away the first to break through and just really take off through this up area here. And then you see all the other markets eventually following. The Russell was the one that lagged for a bit, but eventually it did get going. And then this top side became quite evident that they were going to go through it and push high, and they just all together with momentum just got so much power up through here and didn't really stop. And it became very clear that the direction was certainly on the upside. And so that's where the opportunity was here, and looking for it to come back, buy off this resistance. Sorry, buy off what was now becoming a support area. But in the end, it just kept on going. Whether I looked at, and I'm looking at a 2-tier approach to this area now, taking the limit order if I can, getting that exact entry I want to. But if that doesn't work, having like a secondary order, maybe 3-4 ticks above that, based off a pivot area. But in this particular case, it just went and didn't really give any opportunity. Only pivots were up higher, which today eventually would work. But like I said the other day, I'm not looking to take breakout of the trend when it's already moved at least 2 points past the breakout box. Just not interested in that. It's going to run into trouble eventually. So as far as the 2-tier approach to this area, just no entry there. So as far as looking at my opportunity conversion, I'm happy with what I'm looking at in this particular area here. I don't think there would have been many trades that would have taken advantage of this. It just went and went quite quickly without any sort of pullback. So that happens, but not that often. More times than not, it'll come back and give you a chance. So overall, the week, and just want to discuss my week and kind of break my week down and see how I went. Obviously, it's a week that didn't go in my favourites. A week where I had 1 winner, 2 break-evens, and then 4 losses is certainly weeks that don't happen that often. But of course, they're going to come, and there's even going to be times when there could be a month looking like this. You just got to be prepared to go with the system, and that's why developing risk models really helps. And even in a week like this, when stuff like this is happening, what gives you confidence is the risk model and understanding what really your worst drawdown could be, or your worst possible losing streaks could be. Understanding those already before they happen, and just seeing how your system is reacting in this particular market. Over the three strategies, the losses were across all three strategies. So it's not like one particular strategy failed badly this week. It just happened that all three strategies took a little bit of a hit, or basically had a loser each, and none of them really produced a winner with only just the one winner. So it's spread across the board. So I know that will certainly get a rebound and come back. Overall for the week, what's that from the system? Yeah, and this is what gives me confidence as well. 4 losing trades and 1 winner. Yeah, there's a difference there of 6 ticks. That's before commission. You're adding commission. There's about 3 ticks of commission there. So a bit over 2-point loss for the week, including commission, in a week that obviously very minimal winners, quite a few losses. Had I'm recording all this data. Had three trades come within 1 tick of getting filled, and then they went off to 10 plus ticks. Had another one actually flash on the order going to 10 ticks. So that's 4 orders that were very close to filling that worked. I know these 2 break-even trades. One of them went 7 ticks. The other one went 10 ticks. The 2 areas I just believe were going, and so I just didn't take anything out of them. And then they end up coming right back and getting me for break-even. So not that I'm blaming the system or anything like that. I think the system did everything that it should have done this week, but I always look at ways it could have done better. And I know with exits, they're a very important part of trading, and something I'm looking at is getting some sort of profit out at 1R or 5 ticks in. But this particular case, none of them actually did it this week, because it was a week where a lot of the opportunities I just thought they were really going to go, and was prepared to just let them ride a bit. So looking at the flip side of what I've been doing a little bit, where I had have taken 5 ticks out, or a third of my contracts out at 5 ticks, would have made a major difference. It would have went from, rather than being a 6 ticks down, would have been, where is it, 2 ticks down. So there's a point there difference, 1 point difference. And I guess that's the sort of thing that can, obviously exits do make a bit of difference. I say that that's not much, but I guess in the scheme of things, 1 point difference over 1 week, it certainly does add up. You imagine that over 50 weeks. But based on what I do, I was happy with what I went with this week. Wouldn't change anything, but I always look at a couple of different sides, and always collecting this data and then devising a system based around the exits that's best for me to create profit. So just to finish off, again, just coming back to the risk model point, it's just so powerful creating these risk models once you really understand and have a systematic approach. Sort of these type of weeks, they would have really used to affect me, but now it just feels like water off a duck's back, which is a great feeling, because it's a week that certainly didn't go back my way, but just got that longer term view. Just got the risk models in place, knowing exactly what's happening and seeing the end result already anyway. So this doesn't make a difference. It's just a hiccup. I wouldn't even call it a hiccup. It's just a part of the process, knowing that, in a system where I'm going to take 8, how many trades I take this week? 6, 7, so 7 to 10 trades a week. Of course there's going to be periods where it just doesn't quite go my way. And then there's also going to be periods of fantastic results as well. But managing it, picking the right areas, feel confident with the areas, with winners twice as big as losers and things like that. There's just those winning streaks will certainly come, and when those down streaks do come, they'll be able to be quickly managed and recover from those. But it just all comes back to risk models. If there's just all the focus on entry, and that's sort of the sole focus, then I guess weeks like this will feel tough and almost feel like there's something failing. But when you look at exits and risk management, trade management, money management, and looking at a longer term view, it's very easy to see the bigger picture. And these are great learning weeks and confidence boosting weeks, even though it was such results happened. So anyway, that's a wrap up for the week, and back on Monday.